Hi, welcome back to Rip Your Record. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Ariana Grande album, Sweetener. Sweetener is the fourth project from teen star turned platinum selling artist, Ariana Grande. Following the attack at her concert in Manchester last year, I think everyone can feel for Ariana Grande a bit. Always the light and bubbly figure, I wondered how an event like this would shape her music. I expected her to get a bit darker, a bit more emotional and personal. But with this release, Ariana did something quite unexpected. Sweetener is just as the title suggests, sweet, but it's also her most personal release yet. Had my channel been around at the time, her previous releases would have been anywhere from 7s to a 9 on her last release, Dangerous Woman. I loved Dangerous Woman. I loved everything about it. Yet, I wouldn't give it a 10. It just lacked something, but I didn't know what yet. Sweetener opens with the taste of Ariana's raw talent. The intro track Raindrops proves once again that the voice of Ariana Grande is one of the best out there. After the intro, Ariana proceeds to deliver godlike vocals track after track, with incredible production by Pharrell Williams throughout most of the album. Instead of a collection of what you can boil down to love songs, like most of her other releases, Grande paints vivid pictures of mental health, love at first sight, and looking for a light where there seems to be none. The album is so mature, but beyond that, it really is a sweetener in the vast landscape of dark artists and dark music that we have today. But what separates Sweetener from other upbeat albums is that not for a second does the tone detract from the humanistic and beautiful lyricism demonstrated time and time again throughout this masterpiece of modern pop music. Songs like A Light Is Coming, R.E.M, God Is a Woman, and so many others are replayable on a level that never gets annoying, a niche that many artists fail to find nowadays. Speaking of God Is a Woman, holy shit. The vocals on this track are some of the strongest that I think I've ever heard out of Ariana. Not to even get me started on the music video, which is beautiful in so many ways. This is a huge hit off of the album, and it's one that's going to be played on the radio for some time to come, and I'm not complaining at all. God is a woman, and her name is Ariana Grande. The track The Light Is Coming is beautifully simple. Nicki Minaj has a nice little feature in the beginning, with Ariana coming in during the refrain to tell us that the light is coming to take back everything the darkness stole. This to me shows what the album is all about, being a light in the darkness, something everyone can use nowadays. The third track, R.E.M, makes you feel like you're floating. It's a unique love song which I feel like is written with her fiancé in mind. In the song, she introduced herself to the guy by saying, I love you. This could be a reference to her relationship with Pete Davidson, who apparently proposed the day he met her. Tracks like Successful, Breathin, and Borderline are other fantastic ones that come to mind. Successful is one of my favorites, addressing how she's so proud to be young and successful, while also telling the listener how proud she is of them. It's a track about self-love and appreciation, which is a rare treat nowadays. Breathin is maybe Ariana's most personal track to date. It addresses the stress that she feels, which has only gotten worse since the attack in Manchester. Even though it would probably be wise of her to take a break for her mental health, she pushes on, telling herself to just keep breathing. The message certainly isn't new, but the way it's told here is something pop music almost always fails to convey: genuine emotion. There's a short interlude track towards the end of the album titled Pete Davidson. It's not a fully fledged song, but it does get its message across in the short time that it does have. The album ends with the beautiful Get Well Soon, which is exactly 5 minutes and 22 seconds long, 5:22 being the date of the Manchester attack. The last maybe 40 seconds of the song is just pure silence, which I take that as a moment of silence for the victims of the bombing. It's a beautiful way to tie up the album. It's a beautiful song, and I loved it. The album is honestly perfect. It's more than perfect. So now I have to address something. I know I'm new to this, but I take the scores I give these albums very seriously, especially the higher ones. If you're aware of Anthony Fantano, aka The Needle Drop on YouTube, he's a very popular music reviewer, and in the 10 years that he's been reviewing music, he's only given out 4 perfect 10s. So needless to say, a 10 carries a lot of weight. I do not plan to give them out very often, and when I do, it's because the project has done something bigger than what can be achieved by just anyone. It does something bigger than music. It's a statement on something, and it takes a lot to pry a 10 out of me. That being said, I have to recognize greatness where I see it, and I see it here. Sweetener is more than just another pop album. It truly is a sweetener for the bitter taste recent music has left in my mouth. It is Ariana Grande's greatest work yet. It's a love letter to her fans, to Pete Davidson, to the Manchester victims, and above all else, to herself. Sweetener by Ariana Grande is a strong 10. Yell at me all you want, Dylan. That's going to do it for this review. I know I said I was going to have the Nicki Minaj review out before this, but I felt that I had to get this out first So expect Nicki Minaj later sometime this week. And I will try and finally get around to Bazzi, which you guys have wanted for over a month now. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been Rip Your Record, and I'll see you next time. Peace.